Welcome to the Open Men's Grand Final, the culmination of a week-long event here at Canberra in the AIS Arena, the Men's Open Final between the New South Wales Thunder and the ACT. I'm Russ Gibbs from Capital Football. I'm joined in the commentary box today by none other than Futsal Rose coach Stephen Knight. Welcome, Stephen. Looking forward to this one.
Yes, it should be a good event.
And what's your thoughts and which way do you think it's going to go?
ACT have to start as favourites.
We'll wait and see if that comes to pass. The ACT in the yellow, Thunder in the blue. Plenty of players out there that you'd know, Steve, in terms of futsal selection and positive futsal selection. Anybody that you've watched over the last couple of days caught your eye?
I think Jared Basket will be a key. I think Callum Smith's up-and-coming player, Robbie Ketchinat, Steve Dominici, Angelo in goals. It'd be a tight event, I think.
We'll wait and see what happens from the start. Both teams out there, early touch for Andrew Constantinou. The ACT starting five: Constantinou, Cal Smith, Keir, Katanach and Flanagan. For New South Wales, Haim, Basga, Musumeshi, Muntel and Lewis. Flanagan has it, the skipper of the ACT, chipping it forward. Jared Basga is watching that all the way. Ryan Keir coming across to cover him. And the ACT will have an early piece of possession through Robbie Katanach and Flanagan. Bit of pressure on him by Mundell. Katanach to Smith. And back to Katanach again. He lets that roll to Angelo Constantinou, who's going to send this one up court looking for Ryan Keir, and Andrew Haim is behind it. Stephen, in your experience in terms of tournaments and events, how important is it to get off to a good start in a match like this?
The game's won in the last 30 seconds of the game, so realistically it's about being in the game until it's won. So both teams, I suppose, will start with a little bit cautious, which is normal for a final. I think the team that applies the most pressure to the pass will maybe force some errors a little bit later on.
Well, here's a chance for Basga early on for Thunder. Keir goes across and very firm challenge through the back of the Futsalroo International. And one thing that we're probably going to get today, I'd say definitely, is goals. Both teams have been amongst them this week. 24 for New South Wales in their 6 matches, 29 for the ACT. Plenty of goals between them when they met in the round robin as well. An amazing game which was won. Here's Flanagan, which was won by the Thunder 6-5 with the last kick of the game, Mark Symington scoring. Here's Smith, and that's up in the commentary box. Almost taking Lee Gaskin from the Canberra Times laptop with it. That match in the week finished 6-5. Steve, just goes to show that 3 goals in the last minute of that game. You can never switch off in futsal.
That's correct. The use of the power play obviously gives you a big advantage if you're trained. So the game's never over until the last seconds.
Musimeshi had that shot. Here's Katnach taking on his man. Lewis gets a foot in. It's broken for Basga. Katnach again. Basga under pressure from Robbie Katnach, the ACT's leading scorer this week and the tournament's leading scorer. Golden Boot winner with 8 goals. Second year in a row that Robbie Katnach has been the Golden Boot winner in the Open men's competition.
He's a quality finisher.
He's scored some great goals this week, and this ACT team has they've all been amongst the goals, and as have New South Wales. Only Goran Luboya hasn't scored from the outfield players from Thunder, and from the ACT only Glenn Smith has failed to find the net. Angelo Constantino even found a goal earlier in the week, but that wouldn't surprise you, having known Angelo for quite some time.
Was it a penalty?
It was a penalty shot, yes, against the New South Wales Thunder here. Kick from the 9 metre mark and just blazed in the top corner. And then he let one in through his legs 30 seconds later. The two sides of Angelo Constantino. Here's Kia looking to get on the end of this. It's going to bounce nicely for him. Cuts it across the area. But it's picked up by Musimeshi, who's had a good tournament this week. Big, strong player. Lev Lewis. Mendel to Basga. Goes past Flanagan. 2-on-1 chance perhaps here. Jared Basga probably should have passed it, but gets fouled by Cal Smith on the first free kick.
Callum Smith's done really well there to stop that pass going through.
Smith has had a good week this week. Scored a great goal here in the semi-final yesterday to wrap it up from distance.
He's got huge potential.
You're one of the guys that you've been looking at and training with you up at the Futsaroos, I believe.
Yeah, there's a number of ACT players that have brought into the overall squad. They're very impressive, the youth players for the ACT.
Well, he's in the wall here as Jared Basket lines up this free kick. Smashed it goal, it's just gone in, but there's a foul. Lev Lewis has pushed Angelo Constantino over. Big Ange there. I think he made sure that referee Chris Colley saw that one. Made a little tough, but what's going on here? We're going to have a retake for some reason. Or maybe the whistle hadn't gone, so another chance for Jared Basket to try that. Lev Lewis conceded that free kick. Anyway, let's see if Jared Basket can repeat the feat. Becomes again right footed, drills it high this time, but Constantino sees it all the way.
That's unlucky, Jared.
One of the mainstays of the Futsaroos for a number of years now, Jared Basket. Had a decent World Cup in Thailand and has taken that form into the F League and continues to progress.
Yeah, I think both teams here are applying nice pressure to the pass, which is good to see. The game becomes a lot quicker.
Yeah, they're very. You'll notice if you're watching futsal for one of the first times that sport is very fast-paced. Here's Robbie Katnach looking to take on Musimeshi, but he's lost out to the big New South Walian, who clips a pretty aimless ball to this near side. No one running there.
Mizumichi's another player that I've had a look into the squad. He's got good vision. He reads the game really well. He needs to continue to work on his agility speed, and I think he'd be a good potential for Australian futsal for a number of years.
Yeah, big unit as well, isn't he? He's a fair amount of Clayton Musimechi.
He's got quality technique, but he reads the game really well, which is one of the areas that I look for selection, how the players perceive the game.
Here's Katnach. Basga has it. Comes off of Ryan Kears facing Basga's away. He might get a shot in. He does, but Constantino down with a firm hand to palm that right for a corner. Tenacious work from Jared Basga. Decent save from Angelo Constantino.
Sensational save.
So corner for the Thunder. Lewis goes short. Chris Colley makes sure he takes it in the right place. Basga fires it across goal, and Constantino just shovels that one out with his foot. Michael Reeve to come on for the ACT. Here's Lewis, the first change that they've made. Another youngster with a lot of potential. Here's Basga firing across goal, and Kier has it, but a free kick has been given against Reeve.
He's another player with huge potential.
He plays locally and in the outdoor game, and obviously with the Boomerangs in the F League, and another youngster, one of the youngsters that Steve's identified. Basga around every set piece that the Thunder have early on, goes goalwards, but Ryan Keir foot in. Now here's Reeve. Takes on Musimeshi, but Musimeshi comes out strong, and Ryan Keir comes in with a thunderous challenge, not once but twice. It breaks for Reeve, and his pass nearly found Ryan Keir on the run. Keir's had a great week for the ACT. In distribution, scored 4 goals as well.
Musimeshi done really well there to stop the progress.
Well, Daniel Bennett's come on for the ACT as well now at the chance here for Guerrero. Jordan Guerrero, and here goes Angelo Constantinu to Reeve. On his own, Michael Reeve. Beaten to it by Jordan Mundell. Musimeshi. Mundell again. And that's a free kick and a foul by Ryan Keane, probably the first yellow card, unless he's very lucky. Jordan Guerrero's come on for the New South Wales Thunder. Joint scorer with Jordan Mundell for them this week with 5 goals each. Good eye for a goal, Guerrero.
Yeah, Jordan's been part of the squad as well.
Plenty out there then that you've got your eye on for the AFCs. Although you've probably got to settle the squad these days, Steve, and looking forward to that championship.
Yes, indeed. The championship be another test for us. We're hoping for a good draw.
Decent draw would be hopeful. That's all you can ask for. Probably better than the Socceroos got. That would be nicer. Here's Flanagan up towards Reeve.
I don't know. We got a good one in the World Cup as well. Italy and Argentina there, Russ.
There was a pretty tough draw. Two of the teams that got to the latter stages, and it was a tough old draw.
Yeah, number 3 and number 6 in the world.
Yeah, pretty good. Speaking of rankings, though, Australia up to 20, I think it was the last saw, and
I think we're back 21.
21.
We're not playing enough games for us. We need to be playing more games. I think more games against quality opposition to continue our improvement.
Symington cuts inside. Here's Flanagan from the challenge. Is going to be an ACT ball. You mentioned that World Cup. It was great to get that victory against Mexico under your belts, and the guys have certainly kicked on from there and have put in some good performances when they do get games. Yeah,
the team goal was to win a game at the World Cup, which we hadn't done since '92. So we achieved the goal. I was disappointed with the last game against Argentina because I don't think we performed at the best. And then I was again disappointed in our last game against Thailand in the qualifiers. We went down 2-1, but had a number of opportunities that we didn't finalise. That ended up costing us the game, and we gave Thailand a couple of gifts.
Here's Symington on this near side to Guerrero, trying to dance past the challenge, and he gets past one, and then a second still going Jordan Guerrero, and Angelo Constantino has to be sharp. I guess that shows the progress, though, Steve, that you can come away and say you're disappointed with results against teams like Argentina and Thailand, whereas in the past, even competing with those would have been a main goal.
Yeah, I think our levels improved that we're competitive against Thailand and we need to now take the next step of going past them, which I think we can do if we're given more access to more games.
Certainly agree. Here's Musimeshi looking for a return ball 1-2 with Jordan Guerrero. Plenty of talent out there at the moment. Still no goals though. 10.5 minutes played in the Open Men's final.
And there's not enough shots on goal.
Not at the moment. It's a pretty cagey affair. There was plenty in the game they played during the week. Like I said, 6-5, loads of chances. But here's Kadnach looking to rectify that situation. Let's see if someone can get a decent shot away. Here's Reeve taking on one, nutmegging Musimeshi, but probably a little bit more by luck than judgment there on that occasion from Michael Reeve. Certainly has that in his locker. Stephen Dominici's come on for the ACT. It's him putting in his challenge on Mark Symington. He's had a decent week. Only the 2 goals for Stephen, but great player who's getting on the end of this. A bit of a shove there, but Dominici gets in and Haim comes out and gets a solid hand on it. Very physical from Dominici and a good save from Andrew Haim.
It is a good save.
He had to get down really low, otherwise the ACT were in the lead. Here's Smith to Katanaj. Right out about there. You look at the team they got out there now with Smith, Reeve, Dominici and Katanaj. It's certainly one for the future with the exception of perhaps Robbie, who's been around for a while.
I still think Robbie's got potential. It just depends on his football commitments, obviously.
Yeah, one of the best local football players in the outdoor game. Here's Robbie Katanaj.
And has been a top line performer in football for a number of years.
Yeah, quality player, and who would forget his goal he scored in the futsal grand final last year with that thunderous right foot volley in the pigeon top corner. Some finish from Robbie Kadnach. ACT the defending champions, of course. Here's Dominici. New South Wales Thunder missed out on the final last year. ACT beat Victoria on penalties. The year before, New South Wales Thunder denied Victoria as well. Gavin O'Brien, the hero then.
I think it's I suppose a bit of an issue for the players that are from New South Wales that are connected to the futsal team, because they're taking so much time off work, trying to get extra time off after playing their F League, and to come to the Nationals is a little bit difficult. But this New South Wales team led by Miles is a good development squad.
Yeah, they've done really well this week. Miles Downey, player coach, and this is him on the ball right now. He's done an exceptional job this week with this group. A lot of respect for Miles Downey amongst his players. Here's Sam Perry. Hat-trick in 3 minutes the other day, Sam Perry, with 3 absolute belters.
This is the area that I'd like to see improved in Australian futsal. When there's not a clear-cut opportunity to finalise, we need to maintain possession of the ball to open up the defence again.
You mentioned the futsaroos that are missing from the New South Wales squad, including skipper Greg Giovanelli.
Cito.
And Toby Cito, of course, yeah.
Peter Spaffers.
Yeah, Peter Spaffers, Chris Zebalus. There's a fair few around that could have been in this squad. But
it's good. It gives the younger players an opportunity to play at this level, perform at this level, and get experience at this level.
They've certainly shown what they can do. Here's Miles Downey, the player coach, to Basga. Cal Smith stands him up, slides it goalwards, and it's a good foot in from Glenn Smith. And here's Dominici bursting away. Here goes Stephen Dominici. This is what he's good at. Tried to stab a shot goalwards and it was blocked by Miles Downey, but he's got such a great centre of gravity, Stephen Dominici's, when he's running with the ball.
He's another good finisher, like Robbie is.
You can find the target, Steve. One of the players from the Kuma Tigers, alongside Robbie Cadnach, locally in outdoor. Certainly come on in his futsal in the last couple of years.
I offered him an opportunity to the World Cup, the football again, when took his priority. So hopefully, with further discussions, we can convince him to participate in more futsal.
Jordan Mandel gives that one away to Dominici, but just on the wrong wavelength with Cadnach there. And New South Wales Thunder have possession in the centre circle with Basga, sliding the ball wide towards Mandel, but he can't keep it in play. And the ACT will have it at the back. They bring back on Trent Flanagan, who's their playmaker. At the back, Smith. Rarely see Trent going forward very often these days. Cadnach comes across to beat Basga. Content to sit at the back is Trent and spray the ball around. Jab Basga seen plenty of minutes so far, 15 gone. New South Wales Thunder 0, ACT 0. Not quite the goal fest we were expecting at the moment, very cagey. Here's Basga sliding it across goal, but that's just too far for everyone, and bisected both Downey and Mandel, and it's out for an ACT ball on the far side.
I think the ACT team are sitting very deep and relying on transition, which is going to be difficult for New South Wales to break down. New South Wales need to be patient.
The chance here for Jared Basga in on goal. Costanzo saves it, but it breaks clear, and it's prodded home on the far hand side by Jordan Mandel, and the Thunder take the lead in transition of their own with 4 minutes to go to half time. Unfortunate for the ACT to lose the possession there, but didn't they take that well, Steve? Yeah,
the finalising was good. 2-on-1 transition was nice.
So many goals in futsal do come from that.
Statistically, the 33% of all goals coming from transition at the World Cup. The statistics was 45%. So it's just an indication of the teams working harder in defence, and obviously working harder at stealing the ball and taking their opportunity in the transition period.
Well, that's what Basga did there, and what he did just a moment ago. He's very good at pressing, is Jared Basga, and winning the ball in situations and deciding when to go as well. It's not just a case of just pressing the whole time, it's deciding when to make that movement. And he decided perfectly then, and gives an assist for Jordan Mandel, who scored his 6th goal of the week.
One of Jared's great abilities is to stop the pass going forward. And once you stop the pass moving forward, any square passes then can be picked off by your allies if they're reading body shape.
Well, Thunder have brought on Goran Lubioya. Goran, a big unit they use as a target. And Lev Lewis goes down on the challenge of Ryan Keir. And the ACT have 3 minutes in this first half to try and find a way back into this match. They trail by 1-0. The
game goes so fast with a running clock, Russ.
Sorry?
the game goes so fast with a running clock.
It does with a running clock, exactly. We talked about stop clock here before, and I think it's something that will be on the agenda once again for the men. That's a brilliant piece of skill from Daniel Bennett to lift it over the head of Musameshi, another youngster in the ACT squad, and the stop clock will help obviously towards international tournaments as well. Here's Katnach.
I think it's one of the issues that we've got in futsal at a younger age as well, especially with the set piece work. The players are rushing to finalise, and sometimes I think that's due to the fact that the clock's running, where if a standard stop clock would mean that the players have more time to work on their finalisation, because they wouldn't be in a rush to score all the time.
And of course it stops at what you see later in games of teams just throwing the ball up court just to waste time. Here's Bennett. Plenty of time for the ACT to get back into this one. Not in the first half where we have 2 minutes to go, but in the game, of course. Here's Bazga. Shooting chance perhaps, and it's deflected off of Robbie Katnach's knee and out for a corner. Thunder marginally had the better chances, you'd say, so far.
Oh, it's another transition.
Goes short. Lebio is there, and that's a smart save from Angelo Constantino. Flanagan, calm as you like at the back there, Trent Flanagan. Still playing around with it though, and under pressure from Lewis. In the end, gives it away to Bazga. It brings it forward onto that right foot again, and Flanagan gets a foot in to concede the side ball down here in front of us in the commentary box. Minute and 15 seconds to go till the end of the first half. Jared Bazga will take this. Lewis shanks one goalwards. Lebioya wins it back though. Very physical player, Goran Lebioya. Here's Lewis, gives him something a little bit different at the target. Here he is again. Back to Musameshi. Great work this, and Bazga's in on goal, and Constantino has to save with his feet, and that was well worked by Thunder to create that angle for Jared Bazga. The ACT caught sleeping a little bit. 45 seconds to go till half time. 1-0 to New South Wales.
These sorts of areas we need to improve with each game at a stronger level. That finishing there might result in a win or a loss.
Yeah, Bazga I think will be disappointed he didn't do better with that. Here's a chance for the ACT on the break with Kier. Back to Katnach. They're spreading it wide now using all four corners, and Kier tried to find the run of Daniel Bennett, but he wasn't quite alert enough to it. But they'll start again as Constantino has it. They have 15 seconds to find something here. Here's Robbie Katnach.
Find a shot away on goal, hopefully.
Yeah, needs a shot from somewhere. Here's Bennett's time running out, and they're not going to get one away, unfortunately, for the ACT. And we're going to go in at half time with the New South Wales Thunder leading 1-0. Steve, what's your thoughts on this first half?
Oh, it's been cagey, but I think the passing's been nice. I think the second half will bring out more events.
Well, let's hope so. The goal scored by Jordan Mundell after 16 minutes is the one that separates the two teams in the men's open final at half-time. It's New South Wales Thunder 1, ACT 0. Well, welcome back to the second half of the Open Men's Final, where the New South Wales Thunder lead the ACT 1-0 thanks to Jordan Mundell's 16th minute goal. I'm Russ Gibbs from Capital Football. With me here is Stephen Knight, the Futsal Roos head coach. Steve, did you enjoy the first half, and what can we expect from the second?
I did enjoy the first half. I think second half we'll see the action heat up, probably quicken up a lot. Obviously, ACT need to still be careful about their defensive structure to not allow New South Wales to get another goal.
We're looking at, I'm just waiting for Chris Colley to bring the ball to the centre circle. The New South Wales team starting five: Andrew Haim, Lev Lewis, Clayton Musumeshi, Jordan Mundell and Jared Basker. The ACT, Angelo Constantino, Ryan Keir, Michael Reeve, Trent Flanagan and Daniel Bennett. Starting this second half, 20 minutes for the ACT to find a way back in. If they do and we get a draw, we're going to extra time and then possibly penalties. Here's Reeve early on. Lev Lewis comes across off there. Steve Knight was waxing lyrical about his defensive abilities and he did well there. Lev Lewis to get in the way of that one from Michael Reeve. Keir tries to slide it through. It's going to come for Reeve again. That's a bit loose and a chance perhaps on the break for Mundell to take on Keir. Past him, chance for Jordan Mundell. Great save, Angelo Constantino. And at the other end, straight away, it's Daniel Bennett bouncing once, twice, shoots, and it's off target. But Lev Lewis doing exactly what you told us off air there, Steve, and making a great block.
Yeah, Lev's a fine defender.
And he certainly proved it. Here he is, Lev Lewis.
Needs to work on his attacking roles, but
well, chance here for the ACT. Reeve with an open goal. It's come through for Bennett, and somehow he slid that one wide of the post when Daniel Bennett had a real chance there to draw the ACT level. Michael Reeve unselfishly put him in, and Bennett probably should have scored. Well, definitely should have scored. Bennett goes short, and there's a chance for Reeve, and this time they do score. It's not such a costly miss after all. Two of the ACT youngsters within 68 seconds of the restart have combined. Daniel Bennett sliding in across goal, and there's Michael Reeve poaching from close range. Great finish, Steve.
I think it's fantastic to see such a young group of ACT players.
But you'd have to say Thunder went to sleep a little bit there on that kick in, and Reeve managed to run across his man and get the tap in. Great start to the second half for the ACT, and Michael Reeve brings them level in this grand final. The champions back in it.
Might have found the concentration level was pretty poor there in New South Wales.
Yeah, maybe not switched on yet in the second half, and a good time for the ACT to strike. Well, we're back to square one. Here's Flanagan and Keir. How annoying would that be as a coach, Steve, to have a chat with your team at half-time and tell them obviously to keep it tight for the first couple of minutes and then concede straight away?
I think it's just a condition that we play under with being amateur players. We're not conditioned to mentally switch ourselves on to understand where the dangers are. 33% of all goals in futsal scored off set pieces, and there's an example of one. And the coach Miles has been working hard with the team, and you can see that on their own set pieces. Defence of the set pieces is just as critical.
There's Symington. Touch-up line from Jordan Mundell. Didn't quite work for him, so Flanagan has it for the ACT. Back to the goal scorer, Reeve.
It's a nice, simple goal. Obviously, a cheap goal like that is a gift.
Yeah, it certainly was. It was not one they really had to work particularly hard on, especially after New South Wales had got off the hook a moment earlier when Daniel Bennett really should have scored, to concede so quickly and in such a slipshod fashion for them.
Maybe you call that justice.
A bit annoying for Miles Daniel. Well, Daniel Bennett will certainly be relieved. Here's Keir on this near side, firing it across goal and sliding in was Bennett, close to getting on the end of that one as well. He's certainly full of enthusiasm as Daniel Bennett, and glides across the court, a lot of pace in the Canberra FC wide man, another one that plays in the Boomerangs. Here's Andrew Hain.
Those sorts of balls are the one that kill you, the one that goes diagonally, beats all the defenders. If you can get players in on back post, then you're going to score more often than not. That's why your weak side needs to be covered.
Yeah, tough to defend those balls when they're played at that sort of pace.
Well, the idea of the attacking team would be to play as often as possible to the diagonal, because it takes out so many of the defenders.
Here's Symington. Keir's got a foot on that one. Here's Bennett again. He could take on his marks quicker than Symington. He's got that, and Bennett scores from the angle. Daniel Bennett makes up for his miss a moment ago by finishing beautifully from the angle. Andrew Hill I don't know what he was doing coming out that far, but Bennett has certainly taken advantage of it, clipped it back across him, and the ACT have turned this round in 4 minutes. They lead 2-1.
The finish was certainly quality. The beauty of the ACT team now is obviously with the experience of Angelo and Trent at the back. The athletic ability of the ACT is going to well and truly match New South Wales Thunder, which means that New South Wales Thunder need to be real careful when they're going forward, that they protect their ball position.
You certainly talked about transition, and there's certainly a bag full of pace in this ACT team on the break, including Bennett, Reeve, Cal Smith again, and Dominici and those kind of players, and they've turned this one around. They're 2-1 up. What have New South Wales got in response? Here's Bennett again, another turnover. He's going at them once more, and this time the challenge is fairly strong from Clayton Musimeshi. Did enough to win the ball, did well, but there's no one marking Kier on the back post this time, and the ACT have upped the tempo noticeably, and Thunder aren't living with it at the moment.
This was talking about the players switch off as soon as the ball goes out, where they need to be switched on to get themselves set up as quickly as they can, so they can assess where the danger is coming from.
Well, Keith Marshall earlier on from the FFA was talking about body language, and at the moment the ACTs is a lot sprightlier. Here's Mundell looking to change that for Thunder. Chance for Guerrero, deflected off of Trent Flanagan and went back to Jordan Guerrero, but he couldn't squeeze it in from the angle. And Chris Colley wants to have a word with Jordan Guerrero, probably disputing the call there, and they can't let their emotions get the better of them now, can they, Steve, at the moment? Otherwise they're as good as done. ACT with Angelo Constantino throwing long, looking for Dominici. Miles Downey's on and heads it down to Guerrero. He's potentially a match winner for Thunder. Has he got something up his sleeve? Guerrero's still going and falls over and landed on the ball, but penalised for handball, and he's not happy, and he's talked himself into a yellow card. Said too much too soon to Chris Colley.
I think that's a young man's error.
He's certainly talked himself into that one, hasn't he? Bit unfortunate though. Good quick feet from Jordan Guerrero. Here's Flanagan putting the pressure on again. Is Guerrero. Kier, it's going to bounce to him once more. He's certainly involved in his snapshot on the turn wide of Angelo Constantino's goal, and Angelo, such a experienced player.
I think one of the big problems coming out of youth tournament.
We'll come back to that in a second.
Coming out of youth tournaments is that you need to be able to control all aspects of your game, including your emotions and the tempo of the game. And I think the more experienced players have got the ability then to play at different paces. The younger players tend to play at one pace.
Well, hopefully that's something that will come with experience for most of these players. We've had 7 minutes of the second half. Thunder were leading 1-0 at half-time thanks to Jordan Mundell's goal in the 16th minute. The ACT in front, 2 goals in 2 minutes from Michael Reeve and Daniel Bennett has put them in front and in with a chance of retaining their crown they won last year in spectacular style against Victoria. Here's Ryan Kier at the back for the ACT, sliding it forward towards Dominici. Decent turn, but Jared Basker's read it and uses all experience to draw a foul against Stephen Dominici. We'll go quickly with Sam Perry. Here's Guerrero. Bit of pace on there now for the New South Wales as well. Brilliant stuff from Guerrero, but he can't get away from Dominici. Here goes Steve Dominici. It's going to break here for Michael Reeve. Kier's going to get it and tidy it up back to Trent Flanagan. Slides it forward, but he's giving it away. Basker's touch is good. It's 3-on-2 at the moment. Jared Basker in on goal. Shoots and well blocked Trent Flanagan. Dominici is there to win it back for the ACT. Holds off 2 challenges. Stephen Dominici still going. Brilliant stuff from Dominici, and he's still going as well. And third challenge comes in, and it's a good tackle from Sam Powell. This is more like it, Steve. It's got the crowd involved as well, and Steve Dominici with a smile on his face as usual.
I think
you enjoyed that.
I think Steve just showed why he played in the national team.
Well, he certainly enjoyed it, didn't he? He's got a couple of challenges in. It doesn't seem to faze him. Here's Downey asking his team to calm it down a little bit. Here's Mundell. There's plenty of time for them. They don't need to go too quick, too strong. Here's Basga. Challenge comes in. Dominici tries to flick it up over his head. And another free kick against Stephen Dominici. And he's going to get a yellow card here for probably persistent fouls. There's about 4 of them, so, which Ryan Shepherd is pointing out at the moment.
I think the smart thing to do is to take CV off to give him a little bit of a break so he can recover and get him back on with that sort of aggression on the ball later on in the game. When it becomes closer, he needs to be in there.
Seems like the sensible thing to do. He's out there at the moment though, and it's a free kick to New South Wales, which Downey will take and get it back. Once more from Mandel. Here's Downey. Shoots left-footed, and everyone's missed it, and it's broken clear. Unfortunately for the ACT, Reeve was on hand, and then Katanach was there to block Guerrero's follow-up. Here's Downey. Basga looks to take on Reeve. Reeve gets a foot in, and here's a chance on the break for the ACT. It's Michael Reeve in on goal. Reeve just stabs it just past the post. Andrew Haim had his angles well covered there, but Michael Reeve again showing superb acceleration to get away from his man and get the shot in.
They could have won the National Championship.
They've had chances. 10 minutes to go. They lead 2-1 the ACT. You think New South Wales need to be careful. Here's Symington. They shot chance for Mundell, blocked by Keir. They're going to get caught on the break, aren't they, eventually, if they keep pushing like this?
I think if ACT sit as deep as what they are, there's going to be a number of transitional actions at the other end, especially with the young players that the ACT have got.
Well, they must be in pretty much, I haven't been counting, but they must be in foul trouble as well pretty soon, I think. Half of the half to go. ACT leading 2-1. It's Angelo Constantinou, left-footed, sprays it for a brilliant ball to Bennett, heads it downwards, and
tremendous.
That's just away from goal. A magical ball from Angelo Constantinou.
Tremendous distribution from Angelo.
Well, the referee's given a corner, and Andrew Haim's going to get a booking now. I'm not sure Haim touched that, to be honest, but the ACT won't care. He gets a booking. What a ball, though, from Angelo Constantinou, Steve. And Daniel Bennett, so unlucky, to be fair.
Yeah, internationally, the point of distribution with Angelo's left foot there is what's called the release point. So when the team's under immense pressure and the ball goes back to Angelo, being a left footer, he would aim for the top right hand corner of the court. And obviously, when you got the distribution of Angelo, the court players should be aware that that's where he's going to distribute to safely.
Here's a chance for Reeve on the other side of the court,
which turns the opposition around.
It's a good point, Steve, and I think that's obviously something that they've worked on there, because Bennett knew exactly where that ball was going as soon as Angelo got it on that wand of a left foot that he's got for a goalkeeper.
Well, the further New South Wales go up towards Angelo's goal, the better his distribution will come in. And obviously the space then becomes valuable behind the New South Wales Thunder.
We'll see a lot more of that as the game progresses, I'm sure. It's 2-1 with 8 minutes to play in the final. The ACT were one behind, now they're ahead. It's Mundell, Basga. A lot of possession for New South Wales own, but they're able to find a way through. Here's Mushimeshi. Still going, Mushimeshi. And he wins a free kick against Michael Reeve, and he kicks the ball away, and he's going to go into the card book for that. Silly from Michael Reeve. Second
young man error.
Again. A lot of emotion out there at the moment for both teams, and surprising at the end of a long week in which temperatures have soared in the national capital. Here's Jared Basga. Angelo Constantinou lining up his wall. Basga has the ability to strike them from here, or have they got something a little bit cuter lined up? Here is Basga, straight out the wall, not his best one, but hits it on the rebound. Much better hit on the left foot than it was to the initial right foot. Flashed over Angelo Constantinou's bar, he throws it out. Cal Smith.
That's a right-handed throw from Angelo to that release point again. That's a difficult throw, but he's landed the throw. If you have a look at Angelo acting as a sweeper, he's also involved in the defence of ACT by covering the space in behind the first marker there, which is something that we work on with the national team.
It's working well for the ACT at the moment. They've got another 6.5 minutes in which to keep working. There he goes.
And that's the benefit of being alert as a goalkeeper.
Exactly as Stephen Knight, Futsal Rules coach, has said. Angelo Constantinou there sweeping up, winning the ball. But the New South Wales Thunder have it again with Clayton Mushimeshi, Jared Basga to this near side where Jordan Mundell looks to take on Trent Flanagan, who uses all his experience, and Constantinou gets it underway to Smith, whose pass is a little bit rushed out towards Bennett on the wing. Couldn't find him there. And Thunder have it back.
I don't think the ACT team needs to start as high as what they are at this point in time. They're 2-1 up with 6 to go. Should be trying to limit the spacing behind the backline defence.
Where's Cadnatch to Flanagan?
On the other side of it, New South Wales need to continue to press higher up the court, which is going to create spacing behind.
Cadnatch goes behind again for Bennett, who's in on the volley. And it hits the outside of the post, and he's been a constant threat. Daniel Bennett down there again. Another good chance, or half chance you'd say, but his ability to get there and get the volley away was brilliant. Here's Cadnatch again.
This is a space I was talking about, being able to get the ball into a space where you can finalise.
Another beautiful ball forward by the ACT, this time Robbie Cadnatch. Symington. Musumeshi. Symington again. Mundell. Just keeping possession. Thunder looking for the right moment to go forward, and here it is with Jordan Mundell. Past 2 challenges. Constantinou comes out, and Mundell goes right-footed, and it's blocked. Ryan Keir comes back on. He's been a defensive linchpin for the ACT so far this week. He's got less than 5 minutes. The ball slid towards goal, and Bennett just prods it away up towards the bench, the New South Wales bench in front of us. They're walking over to get the ball at the moment. There's no real sense of urgency just yet from the Thunder. Here's Guerrero. Out wide, and Bennett wins it, and a real chance here for Daniel Bennett. Cuts inside, can he finish it? Great save, Andrew Haim. Going the wrong way, sticking his arm up and blocking it. That could have been the final right there and then, but Andrew Haim does well. It's still an attack for the ACT. Flanagan left-footed, blocked. Bennett comes in with the challenge. It's going to break for Guerrero, who plays it off Robbie Cadnatch, but what a great save from Andrew Haim.
That's a great steal as well. Steal and going to the goals, sensational.
Good stuff all round. Daniel Bennett had Cadnatch square of him, but had the confidence of youth to cut inside and have a go, and only a superb stop denied him his second goal. 4 minutes to play. ACT still lead 2-1. Here's Downey. It's a bit of a waste by his high standards. And Angelo Constantinou will take his time to get the ball here. Waste a few more seconds on that clock. Here's Keir. Sweeps it up the line towards Bennett. Good control from Bennett. Looks for the runner outside him, who was Cadnatch, but it was read by Mundell, and here come the Thunder with Guerrero looking to take on Flanagan. The chance.
Robbie's done really well there to recover in defence here.
With Flanagan and Cadnatch between them, managed to stop the chance. And here's a chance for Guerrero in on goal. Brilliant through ball, stab there by Jonathan Gonzalez. The first time we've seen him today, and Constantinou stands up to Guerrero's shot. Here's Downey on the near post. Good turn.
I think the ACT players need to concentrate here, Ross. They're starting to get tired, and then maybe there should be substitutions being made.
Well, 3 minutes to go. Have New South Wales Thunder got a way through? Reeve looking to get goal side of Basga, but Basga reads it well and ran into Ryan Keir. Unfortunately for Jared Basga, the ball goes out of play. Time ticking away for New South Wales Thunder. Here's Downey. What can he do? Miles Downey. Reeve's got pressure on him. Good pressure too from Michael Reeve, but Downey does really well to find Contales. Quick feet from Contales, back to Downey. Down the line here to Guerrero, whose shot comes in. Constantinou always behind it. Downey's calling a timeout. And that'll give him a minute to talk to his troops. Steve, 2.5 minutes or so to go. Is it time for the fifth player? Or would you leave it as it is at the moment and see how you go? Would they risk doing that and conceding a third?
I think the only point to it would be if you've trained it. So we'll now see whether there's been enough time for him to train it.
If they have trained it, is it a good ploy to bring out right now? Is it worth it with 2.5 minutes to go if the ACT have a chance with the players that they've got and the ability they've got to score from distance?
Oh, certainly. If you train it, it's going to give you advantage. It's going to sit ACT back, and obviously you just need to be patient to peel open to the defence. Obviously, with the extra player in the court, then.
Well, I can see down in front of me that Sam Perry has the pseudo goalkeeper's jersey on for New South Wales Thunder, and he's taking his bib off. So it looks like he is going to go on as the fifth player. They're just discussing who else is going to go on there. The ACT have sent back out the same four: Flanagan, Cadnatch, Reeve, Keir. Yeah. New South Wales have Guerrero, Downey, Basga, and at the moment it's looking like Perry is going to come on for the keeper. He does, and on comes Jordan Mundell. So this is make or break time for the Thunder with 2.5 minutes to go. they have a corner.
I think if they've worked this at training, they just need to be patient.
Well, we'll see if they have worked it and if they have got the patience. Here's Downey.
We'll also see whether ACT have actually practiced it at training in regards to the defence of.
Here's Downey. The pass isn't great.
Pass.
And, not a superb pass from Downey. And interestingly, they're not going to bring back on their goalkeeper. They're just going to leave Sam Perry in nets for the time being. Here's Robbie Katanach. Tries to find Reeve.
Possession is a key here, Russell.
Well,
being able to maintain possession.
Well, the ACT can't do it then because they've turned it over. Here's Downey. Here's the fifth player again. Perry out wide, looking to run at Katanach. Slides it to this near side. Basket. Shooting chance here, perhaps, if they've worked it well, but Constantine comes out, sliding with his feet.
You're inside the D there, Russ. It's a one touch, whether you're shooting or you're passing.
Oh, and there is a one touch from Perry, straight from the kick in, and he's drilled it at goal, and Constantine saves again. Back to Downey, time ticking away for the Thunder, who led in this match, and now trail. Here's Perry. Back to Downey. Patience is the key for them at the moment. Mundell. Downey again. Perry, can they create this one moment? It's volleyed away by Keir, but only as far as Downey again. We've got a minute and 5 seconds to go. Downey, half a chance here. Space has opened up. And it was Jared Bazga, denied by his international teammate, Angelo Constantinou. Corner kick. Downey, you think they're going to get another chance sooner or later? Can they take it? Here's Perry. Reeve is in there as well. The break is on, perhaps. Back to Downey again, sweeping. 45 seconds to go. Mundell, Basga on his right foot, save. Flanagan chips it away. Is it going to bounce all the way in? It is! Trent Flanagan from inside his own D has won it for the ACT with 30 seconds remaining. That's the price you pay, I guess, Steve. That's the risk you take. Trent Flanagan has got the ability to do it, and he has done.
One errant pass is going to result in a goal or a shot on goal, so I think patience is a problem there.
Well, disappointment for the Thunder, of course, but what a great piece of vision there, obviously, from Trent Flanagan, well aware that they were playing the fifth man, and a timeout has been called. I think that's a timeout, I'm assuming it is, with 10 seconds to go. The ACT lead 3-1. Pretty pointless timeout, you think, from Christian Collins at 3-1 with 10 seconds to go. Maybe they just want to milk the moment, Steve.
Either that or have a drink.
Have a drink, yeah. What, like a beer?
Yeah,
well, champagne time now.
They'll be drinking champagne after this game, I can tell you.
Yeah, it could be champagne time now on the ACT bench. They lead 3-1. That fifth player, Ploy from New South Wales, didn't get their shot away, and when they did, it broke to probably the one player they didn't want it to break to, Trent Flanagan, who has got the ability from inside his own D to just send it up the other end of the court and into the unguarded nets to give the ACT what is going to be an unassailable 3-1 lead with 10 seconds to go. Those 10 seconds will go very, very quickly, and the ACT will defend their crown. Here's Perry catching it inside his own D. 5 seconds, just smashes it back up the end of the field, and that'll do it as far as we're concerned. The ACT are going to hold on, turn this one around. They were running it down. They've won 3-1. Steve, in your opinion, what's been the key to their success?
I think the frontline defence, and they're blending the young players with the senior players. Younger players have shown a lot of physicality. To steal the ball, go to the goal, and take their opportunity. I think that's the difference between the two teams.
On the balance of play, you'd think the New South Wales Thunder had a lot of possession. Didn't create enough chances for you?
Yeah, once you come out of the construction zone into the finalisation zone, you need to come up with ideas of how to finalise, and I don't think New South Wales did that well enough.
Well, they did in the first half. They took the lead, Jordan Mundell, after 16 minutes, but the ACT hit back in the second half. 2 goals in quick succession from Michael Reeve, and Daniel Bennett put them 2-1 up. Trent Flanagan iced the cake in stoppage time. The presentation is coming up shortly. I've been Russ Gibbs. Steve Knight's been with me. Thanks very much, Steve. Hope you enjoyed that one. The Open Men Championship rounds off the Futsal Nationals with New South Wales Thunder 1, ACT 3.
presentation for the final Open Men's Division. First of all, the evening is the Golden Boot, the most goals scored through the championship. This year's recipient is Robert Cadenas from ACT. And this award lies for the player of the championship as voted by opposing coaches. This year, the award for the Open Men's Championship is shared by 3 people. First of all, Robert Cadenas, ACT. Ross Osmond, South Australia. Moran from Australia. The referee is here to make sure that he gets his award too. Congratulations to the 3, Harvey, Ross and Maxim. We'd like to continue our ceremony by recognising the referees for the excellent job they have done both tonight and throughout the championships. Referees on this match were referee 1, Chris Colley. Referee 2, Ryan Shepherd. Referee 3, my name is Peter AIS Turner. And timekeeper Aaron Jack. Now let's call out the runners-up, New South Wales Thunder, to routine their medallions. First of all, number 12, Max Nightingale. Number 2, Quentin Zinichi. Number 3, Brian McLaughlin. Number 4, Jonathan Giltanis. 5, Jordan Bell. 6, Jordan Bell. 7, Jared Basler. 8, Red Lewis. 9, Mark Simonton. 10, Miles Downey. 11, Sam Clare. And number 1, Andrew Lane. And now for the winners, the Open Men's 2004 FFA National Futsal Championship. Please welcome ACT. Number 1, Angelo Constantine. Number 7, Trent Flanagan. Number 4, Robert Cadenas. Number 15, Pat Cross-McGee. Number 6, Ryan Keir. Number 11, Michael Reeve. Number 3, Daniel Fulton. Number 27, Daniel Bennett. Number 28, Peter Stroll. Number 8, Hans Smith. 9, Stephen Dominici. And 14, Wayne Smith. Presenting the award today, and the person who will present the award to the player of the final is Carolyn Lamaro, who is an ACT Futsal Live member. And Carolyn will in fact present the award to the player of the final as voted by the referees. The award for Open Men's player of the finals goes to ACT number 27, Daniel Bennett. And finally, presentation of the Open Men's Championship Cup from Key Marshall FFA to ACT captain Trevor Flanagan.